like that. Woo!
What's good, everybody? Welcome to the Pull Up Show. My name is BJ Matthews, aka B Jizzle. Before we get started, follow us on the YouTube page, the Pull Up Basketball Podcast. Like, share, subscribe. All of our YouTube videos by hitting that notification bell, by subscribe button. Let's get it popping. All right, y'all. Appreciate y'all coming through. You know what I mean? Appreciate y'all coming through. As well as you guys want to donate to the Pull Up Basketball Podcast for this great content we give y'all. Y'all can do so in the ticker where it says Cash App $BJ Matthews. Again, Cash App $BJ Matthews. Show y'all love to the podcast. But let's get it going. All right, y'all. We had another great show last night pertaining to Mr. Anthony Edwards. Had a guest that come in. Of course, Bruce is a regular. But we had our guy, Young Africa, one of the new people that come in into the podcast. He came and chimed in last night. We had a good show. We were on for about almost 3 hours. So it was good conversation, good talk. We talked about Anthony Edwards. If you have not, guys, seen that video, go ahead and check that out. We made that live last night. And yeah. So tonight we are going into another player transferring to another all-star in this league, arguably close to a top 5 player in the NBA right now, Luka Doncic. Okay, Luka Doncic of the Dallas Mavericks, all-star player, just came off an impressive playoff run by beating teams like the Utah Jazz and then also the Phoenix Suns in round 2 in 7 games, and then getting a chance to face the Golden State Warriors in the conference finals. Luka Doncic is one of the premier players, coming up right now, and I have belief they're trying to make him the face of the NBA. It's either between him or Jason Tatum. The NBA is trying to push Luka Doncic to be the next one. The guy who's going to be the face of the league, the guy who's going to be looked at as, the best player. They're going to push him. Make sure y'all hit that like button, y'all, when y'all come in here. Appreciate you. But no doubt in my mind that Luka Doncic is the player right now that the NBA is trying to push. You understand what I'm saying? But it looks like as if Luka Doncic has had his first real actual off the court incident. And when I say off the court incident, I'm not talking about nothing like, criminal or nothing. I'm talking about dealing with his personal life. Okay. Y'all know that Luka Doncic is from Slovenia. He's Slovenian. He's not American. So he speaks English, but he's not part of the American culture. So a lot of his personal life is, kind of shunned from the public. Guys like, Giannis, Jokic, Joel Embiid, guys from different countries are not really opened up as far as, other American players in the NBA, like, say Kevin Durant or LeBron James or Steph Curry, players who are, have that connection with Americans. Overseas players like Luka Doncic does not have. Okay. Salute, Jay Ferg. What's good with you, brother? Appreciate you coming in. Y'all make sure again hit that like button. But Luka Doncic is in a legal battle with his mother. I don't know how to pronounce her actual name, so I'm not gonna even try to risk it. I think her first name is Miriam, and I think her last name starts with a P. I don't even know how to pronounce it, but she's from Slovenia. They have a different way of pronouncing their names and stuff, so I'm not gonna even touch it. But just recently, it's been reported that Luka Doncic is actually somewhat sued his mother over the rights to his actual name. Okay, the rights to his actual name. Luka Doncic has, chose to sue the company that is representing his mother. Now, people have to realize the headlines can be very misleading because you can say stuff like when people say, "Oh, he's suing his mother. How can he do that?" He's not even really suing her. He's suing the company that represents her. All right, so before people want to go into try to have headlines, oh, Luka Doncic sues his mother, that's not what it is. It's the fact that he's suing the company that represents her and represents her side of why he's suing her. But let's get a little bit deeper. So let me just get into the article. Right here it says Luka Doncic's mom, Mirjam Poterbin, is a former model and entrepreneur. Okay, so if you guys want to know who Luka Doncic's mom is, there she is. She's a former model and entrepreneur. So it shows that she does have a lot of, independence. I'm not sure if Luka Doncic grew up around his father. I tried to look up some information. I don't know if he grew up around his father, but it seemed like his mother was very big in his life, so much to the point where she had legal rights to his name. So I don't think his father had that much of an influence in his life, but I could be wrong, but somebody could correct me. If we read from the top, it says NBA star Luka Doncic is currently embroiled in a legal battle with his mother, Mirjam Poterbin, over the trademark of his name. The Dallas Mavericks player has reportedly petitioned the U.S. Patent and Trademark Office to gain control of his name. See, that's not his mother. That's the company that's representing his mother. Control of his name and trademark. The basketball player gave permission to his mother in 2018 to register his name, but he wants that revoked now. So the reason why his mother got control of his name and his financial obligations and businesses is because he was still underage. Luka Doncic is 23 years old right now. So in 2018 he was 19. Okay, so I mean at that time, yeah, it was appropriate for his mother to have control, but now that he's over age, he wants control of his own affairs. So I hope y'all following. Luka is currently playing in the Eurobasket Championship for his home country. Slovenia has been brilliant on the court. He accrued 47.7 rebounds and 5 assists, helping his side beat France. They just lost today, I think, to Poland, Luka Doncic. So I'm not sure if that's because some of this stuff is weighing on him, but I just think because he said he had a bad game, so I don't know what exactly happened. But he was playing well up until today. But let's continue to keep reading. This is what he had to say. Luka Doncic had to say a few days ago about the matter. He said, "I have a lot to look forward to as I continue to grow as a player and a person, and it's important to me to control my own brand and focus on giving back to my communities." Doncic said in a statement to the Stein line. So yeah, that's basically pretty much cut to the point. Like, look, I'm at the point in my career now where I'm looking to be the best player. I feel like it's an appropriate time for me to take over my own name, and I want what's mine. That's where we're at right now. So if basically his mother again has been controlling of his life ever since a young pup, because he's been playing ball professional since 16. I gotta remember Luka Doncic was playing pro in the Eurobasket since he was 16 years old, so he had an upper hand on a lot of young basketball players. So people say, oh well, he's only a rookie or he's still young. This dude's been playing pro ball than some of these these seasoned NBA players. From 16 all the way to 23, he's been playing pro. Okay, but it's a lot of times where you have to really separate family from business. You have to really make some tough decisions. You have to really at times make some relationships a little bit uncomfortable, because if you don't, then you might have a situation where you feel like the people who are supposed to be in your corner can somewhat shun and turn their back on you. They'll sit up there and try to control what you work for as if it was theirs. Make no mistake about it, yes, his mother was involved, but Luka Doncic still had to do the work. Luka Doncic had to get in the gym and maximize his potential and talent. Nobody can go in there and do it for him. Yes, you set the opportunity for your child and your kids, but you still have to do the work, no matter what the opportunity is. Kind of the whole, camel to water. I can lead a camel to water, but I can't make him drink it. Same thing with this. It's like, look, you may have set him up to be successful as far as, maybe basketball camps or put him on certain teams or whatever, but he still was in there doing the work. But now that he's feeling like he's an adult and a man now, you want to control his assets and can keep his name, his trademark name. And now you guys have this messy battle. Y'all keep hitting this like button, man. Keep hitting that like button. But I want to jump a little bit, jump gears for a minute, because this situation kind of reminds me of what happened here with the memorabilia. Kobe Bryant, rest in peace to the Mamba. People who remember, Kobe didn't have the best relationship with his parents for quite some time. Even though they were very, when he first came into the league, they were very close. Both of his parents were very close. He went, for quite some time without speaking to both of them. Whether that been because he married his wife, and his parents didn't approve because either he was too young, or she was of a different race. They weren't really all above. They weren't all for that. They were against it. More so the mother. I don't think his father really cared, but when he married Vanessa, kind of like put a little rocky in their relationship. But you just heard different things. But that was the first strike, and then things along the way, him trying to control his own destiny and, things of that nature. But the last strike, what happened when they started, they kind of, cut the relationship, is when his mother tried to sell his memorabilia, his jerseys, his trophies, his medals, his shoes, millions of dollars worth of, I don't know if it's millions of dollars, but a lot of money that was, worth for all his stuff without his permission, his consent. Right? So if we talk about, read this, it says Kobe Bryant sued his parents for selling his memorabilia without his consent. Kobe is known to millions of fans around the world as one of the most highly profile basketball players of all time. A talented shooting guard, basketball, Bryant achieved the level of fame that many NBA players can only dream of. And he did all his way, staying true to his personal code of ethics and manners of conduct. Okay. A loving husband and father of 4 girls, Bryant's life was tragically cut short due to a helicopter crash. Still, fans never forget Bryant and the incredible impression that he made on the sport of basketball. While Bryant's life was full of exciting career highs, there was some notable lows as well, specifically an incident involving his parents allegedly selling his memorabilia without his consent. So there you go. There's a legal battle between them where Kobe didn't sue his parents. He sued the company that tried to auction off his stuff. Again, we have to actually take time and read things out, or else you'll be, led Mr. Stray. Okay. This was a bad look. And I think this was his last straw, where he just said to himself, well, I mean, we can't continue our relationship like this. Like, you're selling my stuff now without my consent. And then you're going back and, you're telling me to my face that I told you you can keep her stuff. That's what his mother told him. And he said, basically, Kobe said that was not true. He's never told his mother he could sell his memorabilia. But like I said, man, family at times can take your dreams and take your opportunities and make them as their own. And people just have to be careful on how they treat their kids' careers. Because at the end of the day, it's their dream, it's their career, it's their work, it's their passion. You can't control what they do, especially when they're an adult now. I mean, look at he's 23 years old. Luka Doncic is 23. He's a man now. I mean, for this lady just to sit back and just, hold on to his name and, try to, strong arm him, not, give up the trademark names that he requested to have, it just comes off as like you kind of being a little bit selfish. I mean, it's nothing wrong with him saying he wants to take control of his own career at 23 years old. I mean, you got all the money. Like according to social media, she's already, pretty wealthy. Is an entrepreneur, and I'm saying, a former model. Like she has over 55,000 Instagram followers. Why do you need to have everything? Why do you need to have his trademark name for his career? It's just when you really think about it, it's really selfish. And so the thing about it is, though, I'm trying to get to a point. I'm gonna let people in. I think sometimes people get caught up in thinking they're gonna be demonized for saying no to their family, whether it comes to money, whether it comes to uh, uh, I don't know, cars, clothes, security, comfort. People may say, well, why are you doing this to your mom, or why do you taking her to court or whatever. And sometimes you might not be left without a choice. Sometimes you may have only the choice to take them to court because they're not taking you seriously, and they feel like they're taking you for a joke. So, is Luka wrong for taking his mother to court, or the company that's represented? No, I don't think he is. There's nothing that Luka Doncic would not do to take care of his mother. But when you start being greedy and start trying to hold on to what is not rightfully yours, then this is when you have situations like this. This is when you have incidents like this where now you're in a legal battle that's gonna, kind of make it look even messier. I hope she does the right thing and, gives up the rights to her son, who he's requested, I'm pretty sure behind closed doors, because trust me, he didn't want to make this public. Right? I just want to know, what is the point of you keeping his memorabilia? What's the point of keeping the rights to his name? There's no reason to keep the rights to his legal name. So I'm gonna let y'all in and see what y'all have to say about this. Is Luka Doncic wrong for taking his mother to court? As well as, do you guys start thinking that there's a little bit that people need to stop expecting? Do you think that certain NBA athletes are wrong for saying no to their family, where it can be too much to deal with, where it can be a little bit more of a hassle? I mean, I just want to hear it from y'all, man. Like, let me hear it, cause yeah, I think this is something that we definitely need to talk about. What's up, Bruce?
Hey man, how you doing? How was your day?
Oh man, it's good. What about yours?
It was good. First day of vacation, no job. That's good.
How long you on vacation for?
Uh, until next week. I should. I don't know. I'm supposed to go somewhere. I don't know. That's why I don't know yet. So we'll see. But it's not really a vacation. It's going to another job. I have to. I have to do. I call it vacation because I didn't really like my old job.
Mm,
So, but yeah, so it was a good day.
that's good.
Yeah.
So, what's your take on this?
I think sometimes parents um they don't see kids at kids anymore. They see kids at investment, or they're living their dreams through the kids. I think the mother, she didn't have her own projects. Uh she didn't have her own thing. That's why she trying to hold on to that, to the to the Luca name or something, investment or something, and she needs to find her own thing. Okay, so one thing I appreciate about my parents never tried to live their dreams through me and my sisters, because they have their own thing. You know, we've seen parents in sports, in other things try to live to their kids. For example, the Kris Jenner, Kardashian thing. You know, I think
Mm-hmm.
she got famous because of her daughter tape. You
Right.
get and and but there have been parents who help their kids become famous, and they step out of the way once they reach a certain age. If you look at Venus and Serena, if you look at Tiger Woods and his father, if you look at Ja Morant and his father, right? I think the mother should look at those people and let your child is an adult now. Worry about your own name. You know, if you want to do a business, you can ask your son to furnish it, and then after that, you can return the money. Or is it if it's a business thing? I don't know, but it looks awful, awful, awful publicly to me.
I don't really care what my son thinks. Like I raised him. I was part of his life. So I deserve to have all I should have all benefits. I should have everything for forever. And that's just not reality, man. That's just kind of delusional. So you telling me that you should have control of something that has nothing to do with you anymore. I mean, his father, Luka Doncic, his father is a former pro basketball player.
Okay.
So you don't ever really even see Luka Doncic's father around, but
Mm.
he stays out the way. He lets his son be an adult. Lets him be a man. Sound like to me, she's trying to, in some way, try to think that she's actually like she's in partnership with Luka.
Yeah. That's I don't know if you heard about this actress. She has a book where the title of the book is "I'm Glad My Mother's Died." The book just came out, and her mother was controlling her life, overbearing.
Mm-hmm.
Everything her daughter was doing, the mother was controlling.
Mm-hmm.
I think Luca might try to read that book, right? Or the mother might try to read that book.
Wait, what's it called?
I'm glad my mother's died. I'm glad my mother died. Something like that. Um,
Mm-hmm.
it's not the first time where their kids become successful and they become parents become psycho. For example, Vanessa Bryant, mother.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't Vanessa sue her mother or something? Or her mother went on TV and saying that her daughter cut her off or something.
Yeah, her daughter cut her off because um no, she didn't. Her daughter didn't cut her off. Wait, that's where her mom said her daughter cut her off, but Vanessa came and said that's not true.
Because she was
And
asking.
right, she kept asking for stuff, and she finally said no, and that's when her mother went on and said, "Well, no, he cut me off. She cut me off,"
If
and that's
Kobe
kind
was
of
there, something like that. Yeah.
yeah, like, and it's just like not like from what I understand, they took care of that woman. They let her stay in their house, whatever she needed that they had for her. So it sounded like to me she was just trying to mooch off her kids.
And Vanessa was saying that her mother was getting married, remarried. She was buying cars, cars after cars after cars, getting married, getting divorced, married, divorced. It was too much.
Yeah, who wants to be around that? I wants that, man.
So sometimes you have to let your kids breathe. They have their own life, man.
So, may I ask you this though? Do you think that at any point in time, um, that he has to take his mother to court? Like this is the only way?
I don't know their private affairs, but if that's the best way, sometimes you have to go through this in order to save the relationship.
Mm-hmm. No, that's facts.
You know, I think
Mm-hmm.
the money, their mothers got greedy.
Yeah.
She saw the son getting Jordan shoes, Jordan stuff. Probably like gonna be the best player in the NBA or the face of the NBA. She just want to catch in, you know.
Mm. Yeah, I think because from what I know, she's a model. She's a former model and entrepreneur. So I'm like, it's not like you ain't got money. Not like you ain't got, what I'm saying, connections. You ain't got all that. You just, like you said, you got greedy. You want to be in charge, and I think that's what it was. More, she wants to be in charge.
Maybe her son agreed to do something at first, and then he changed his mind. So that's why she's trying to get him to agree again. So sometimes people change opinions.
No, I think what she did, like she had originally she had rights over it. When he was young, like he was 19. But then as he got older, he said, "Okay, I'm ready to, have my own thing, have my own thing going on. I don't need you to be, holding on to my name." And she's like, "Well, you know, I thought, we can have what we got going. We had a good thing going."
Mm.
I think that's what happened. That's what I'm saying. Like she cannot expect for her son to be under her for the rest of his life.
Well, some parents are like that, man. Some parents are helicopter parents.
That's crazy to me.
Especially, well, I'm from the Caribbean, so I'm not surprised. That
We
happens all the time.
what with parents?
Yeah, parents think that you are their property until you get married.
Yeah, that's yeah. Hell no, that's just too much. Cause like, what are you gonna? What you think you're gonna have control of, like one of like my money and everything, and till I get married? That's just
I mean, until you're not married, I mean, they think like getting married is like you're a man. You're like an adult now. That's what it means.
I thought moving out the house, you were an adult, married or not.
Mm. I mean, they don't really move out the house. I mean, I don't know how it is now in Haiti, but back in the day, you don't move out the house. You stay in the house until you get married.
Even if you're an adult, like a man,
Yes,
so you stay in the house even when you're like, say you're 21, 22, you still
yes,
stay in the house.
yes. You still stay in the house.
Is that your choice or that's your parents' choice?
That's everybody's choice. It's a cultural thing. Where you gonna go? There's nothing. Where you gonna go? Nowhere. So
Mm, yeah,
it's
that's
not. It's not like here. It's not like here where you get apartments and things. because it's a poor country. So why you're gonna waste money to rent an apartment or a house?
Mm. Do you think that's the way though? The parents know they can control you.
Well, you in their house, they're gonna control you. There's a certain time you have to come in, you know. Yeah. So
See, I can't do that, man. No way. There's no way in the world. Be 20 some, 22 years old still.
I'm sure in Africa it's that way too. Or I don't know about Europe, but Europe may be that way too as well.
Yeah, that's too much, bro. But I don't know. I just think with this situation, like you said, is they has to come to this for them to, save the relationship. Because she's probably thinking like she ain't probably Luca probably ain't ever told her no.
Yeah.
So probably that he has, you know, gotten up enough courage to say, I want to do it my way. She's probably like, oh, well, what's this? Who's this? Like, what are
Mhm.
you? Who you think you are? Da,
Yes.
da.
It's for the best now. If he doesn't do it now, he's never gonna do it again.
Yeah. Do you remember the when Kobe Bryant sued his parents? Well, not his parents, but the company that tried to sell his stuff.
Well, I didn't know that it was the company that he sued. I thought he was I didn't read the story, but I knew the headline from what I gathered from the headline, he was disputing uh, his parents, saying that he agreed for them to send his stuff, to sell his stuff. So I didn't know about what you were discussing earlier. I didn't know about he was suing a company.
Yeah, the
So
company that represented his parents to get the memorabilia sold at the auction. That's who
mm,
he was stopping. He was stopping them from selling it. It wasn't so much he was suing his parents. Like he wasn't, oh, I'm gonna go to my parents. I'm gonna sue them for money. Like no, that wasn't it. It was
mm,
that he was suing the company that was trying to release his memorabilia, which makes sense because all he wanted to do was he didn't care. He wanted to make sure his stuff was safe.
yeah. I mean, I think that's something it's gonna continue. And I don't think it's healthy that Ja Morant parents lives next to him. That's weird to me, but everybody is different.
Why you say that's weird?
Well, I think his father wants to be a star, in my opinion, but we'll see. Maybe I'm wrong.
I don't think. Well, I know he got his friends a house too, close to him too.
He's what?
His friends.
Okay. Would you live next to your parents, like neighbors?
No,
Oh, wow.
but I wouldn't. I don't think it's weird that's like their child lives next to your parents. Like,
I mean, I would if we would live in the same block, yes, but not
because it's not like you can see what I'm doing anyway. If I have, I got.
knowing my parents. That's why I'm saying that. That's why I said it's weird knowing my parents because my parents were helicopter parents. Even at my age, my mother is still uh, treating me like a child. Okay,
To,
so
to this day. To this day.
yes,
Wait a minute. So, do you think that she treats you different than your sisters?
I mean, I have a sister who's married. I mean, I'm not married. I don't have a child. So, what do you think? Yeah. So, Um, she doesn't treat me. I mean, I don't live in the same state as her, so uh, I think she treats me different because she doesn't see me all the time. So
Hmm. Yeah, I think sometimes parents can be they don't know what they've done until it's too late. Until one of their kids, chooses to move away, one of their kids chooses to, stop the relationship, or one of their kids, takes drastic action, what Luca's doing.
and Luca already he gave the reason why he wanted because he's growing. Sometimes your parents can stunt your growth, and you have to get away from your parent. It's not because you don't love them anymore. It's because you want to grow as a human being, or you're gonna be disabled. You're gonna be disabled mentally. If the parent is
Mm,
not there anymore, you are you gonna survive in society?
right,
That's
right,
what, and Luca said it. He said he's
right.
growing. He's growing now. So maybe he relied on his mother too much back in the day. Maybe his mother doesn't want to let go. Maybe his mother is not greedy, but she's a helicopter parent.
Yeah, she's a burden because and this is the worst thing. A person that is doing something is not aware what they're doing is hurting the other person. That's the worst one because now I can't even really sit down and tell you what you're doing wrong because you can't even see what you're doing wrong.
Yeah.
So I think she just, yeah, she's been around all his life, was more involved just as much as his father with his basketball and his all that stuff going on. And now that he's an adult, now he's ready to, spread his own wings, she can't let go. That's very dangerous.
Luca became her life. So she thinks that if
Mhm.
she lets go of this, maybe she's not herself anymore. That's why I said she need to find another passion. She need to find something else to do.
Well, I got news for her. No one knows who she is, and I didn't know who she was until I looked her up.
Mm.
Nobody. I don't think. Does she even live over here? Does she even live in the States?
I don't know.
Yeah, like
I
she.
didn't, I didn't even know there was an issue with Luca and his mother until I saw your title earlier today, and I went to Google to prepare for the show because I always look at your title and to because I want to bring up some points, so I do research, and I look at your title and I say, oh, Luca has a family battle, and that's when I saw the mother thing because I try to stay away from personal stuff of everybody, actors, sport athletes. I just want to be entertained. I already have my problems. I don't want to know your personal things.
I think. Well, I think the reason why I think this is a good topic for us to talk about because a lot of people, I feel like athletes and people, even regular basic people, there seems to be bad communication between parents and children to the point where it's either the parents are not listening to the children when they tell them, I'm an adult now, I'm a grown person now. You can't be trying to just, try to control what I'm doing. And I think it's going to take somewhat of, people like the kids who are making certain amount of money or, doing things for the family to cut some of that, the gravy train off. I remember there's a I don't know if it's like a little story that Kobe wrote about to players about how when you give to family all the time, you can somewhat be hurting them.
Yes.
You can certainly be, hurting them. You can actually be stunting their growth because they start being relying on you.
Because
Like,
if you're not there anymore, they're gonna be in trouble.
yeah, and that's what his situation with his family, like his not just his parents, but his sisters too. He had to tell his sisters, like, they have their own lives too, and they can make their own money. He said he stopped giving them everything that they wanted, like with a drop of a hat, because what you're doing is you're making them relying on you. It's like I have a family, I have a wife, I have children to take care of. I have my own family. Yes, I'll be here whatever you need me for something like goes wrong, but I shouldn't be your lifeline to just take care of you like 24/7. From what I understand, his father played in the NBA.
They did.
Joe Jellybean played in the NBA, so man, you should have money enough to be very comfortable.
He played in the NBA and he played in Italy. That's how Kobe learned uh, the Italian language.
Yeah, does his father speak Italian?
I'm not sure, but I know Kobe speaks Italian. He went to school in Italy.
Yeah, yeah, I know his yeah, dad spoke English, or like, I know Kobe spoke Italian, and he
I know,
spoke. He
I know
also
his
spoke
father
Spanish.
played for the Sixers.
Yeah, his father played for the Sixers, and he played for the San Diego Clippers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember he played against Kareem. He was pretty good too. He was, he can jump pretty high and
That's
stuff
good.
like that. But yeah, he played um, professional,
Mm.
and this I don't understand why would she feel the need to sell his stuff for money, as if
Well,
they didn't make enough to be comfortable. Like that doesn't make sense.
sometimes people do crazy things.
Yeah, I know, man. I just think it's gonna get to a point though, like 'cause I see this all the time with players and famous people. They give all their stuff to their family, and then they end up with nothing or close to nothing. Look at Delonte West. That dude is on the streets. Gave all his money and his, stuff to his family. He has nothing left, and nobody's looking to rescue him.
Uh, I think he's just not there mentally. Maybe he can go back. Sometimes people stay on the street because they're just not there mentally. So I don't know about Delonte West because he a lot of people try to help him. Mark Cuban, you know, and I think he was trying to play in the big three. So I don't know what happened. So
Yeah, I mean, but I'm saying like he even said it. I know he was talking outside of a car wash to some people. This is a picture of him right here. He was saying like he was giving all his stuff to his family and bought them houses and cars and stuff, and he had nothing left for him. He never saved anything, and that's another thing. These athletes making these millions of dollars are not saving their money, getting a financial advisor, and then they end up broke.
mm,
Like,
yeah.
do you think it's ever a good time? Do you think that a player or a professional athlete should always take care of their family? Like as far as parents,
Uh,
siblings, cousins, all that stuff? Should they
you
be
need to take
obligated to
care.
do that?
You need to take care of your immediate family.
Right.
Save for save for uh your
For
retirement.
anything. For
Yeah,
any, yeah.
for when you get old. And then if you have some money left, you might help family. I'm one of those people. I never rely on family things. I know if I need something, I can ask, but I want to figure out myself. Even if I'm struggling, I want to figure out myself.
Yeah, I agree.
I know some people are not like that, but that's the way I am, man. I need to figure out myself because they figure it out. Why can't I figure it out?
Good point. Real good point.
I mean, some people are different. Sometimes it takes you longer to figure it out. So I might be close to figure it out, and then I take a shortcut, and it takes me longer. It's like a band-aid.
Mm-hmm. No, that's a fact. That's a whole fact. But basically, with back to this, I how do you think this is gonna end up?
Well, I was reading an article where it said that the Slovenian Federation is backing him up. So it means like the government is backing him up. So he's gonna win because Slovenia needs him to play for the team again. So
Well, how do you think it's gonna end with his mother though?
well, it's gonna be she's gonna feel like he betrayed her. They're gonna be mad for a couple years, and then for some time there's gonna be need some sort of some healing. There's gonna be needs of some healing. So just don't go to the red table talk. So
Mm-hmm. Right. The Slovenian red table talk.
yes.
I don't know. I think sometimes women can be stubborn. Like for whatever reason, when it comes to a mother-son relationship, they feel like like you said with your mother, like they have you until they're like 30, 40, 50 years old.
Mm. We'll see.
Because yeah, some tell me because his father is, you don't hear him, in the news with him. Like he's pretty much allowed him to be an adult, to be a man.
Yeah. Maybe his father understands. Maybe he didn't he wasn't there specifically for when he was growing up. So
Mm, yeah, I agree. So, what about to say? Uh, how much? Mm, do you think that? Do you think Luka losing in this World Cup had anything to do with this custody with this battle?
I mean that could play a big part of it. I mean, that's your mother. If he had a good relationship with his mother, and then uh, you know, it could be a reason. You never know.
Yeah, because he played bad today. He played terrible.
But Luka sometimes play bad in pressure, in in the most pressure games that are really important. I think sometimes he plays bad.
You think so?
Yes.
I really only saw that against the Clippers.
I mean, against the Warriors, it was terrible.
Hmm.
The last game, it was terrible.
Yeah. Well,
He
so
just
this year,
he
go ahead.
just need to say, he just need to change his style of play. The holding the ball too long, it's not gonna win games.
Change his style of play and change his diet.
I mean, he's slimmer now. He lost some weight.
Mm, that's good. Hopefully that Jason Kidd treatment rubbed off on him.
Yes. Yes. But the season is starting now, so he may be affected at the beginning of the season if the case is not solved.
It just seems like it's always Luka at the beginning of the season always starts slow, like
Mm,
it's metabolism.
well, he needs to stop smoking or drinking in the daytime. Drinking beer and smoking in the daytime, that's not good.
No, it's not. And he still goes out there and drops 40 points.
No. Well, he's not gonna last in the league for long.
How many years you give him?
Uh, Probably 5 to 6 more years.
Really? You
How
give him
old is
five,
he?
six
Like
more years?
22? He's like 23.
He's 23.
Well, if he's still doing the same thing, 5 to 6 more years. If he changes his diet, 10 more years, at least 10 more years.
Mm, mm. Yeah, man. Well, I think we'll end it tonight there, Bruce.
All
It's
right.
a little bit shorter, but tomorrow we have some more people, I'm pretty sure. So definitely
No
do tomorrow.
problem. No problem.
All right, man. Well, see you tomorrow.
Have a good night.
Good night. All right, y'all. Appreciate you, man, coming into the Pull Up Basketball Podcast. I know it's a little bit short tonight, but we did touch on some few things about the situation. And if you guys would like to donate to the Pull Up Basketball Podcast, you can do so on the ticker, $ BJ Matthews. Again, $ BJ Matthews. And if you respectfully say pull up a seat, pull up a chair, pull up. Peace, out like swimwear.